Hey, this is Edwin Dearborn, another edition of Growth Driven. And guess what? We're coming to you live from Dublin, Ireland, and we're going to be talking about why you may want to be looking at opportunities for business and investment in the wonderful country of Ireland. Hey, this is Edwin Dearborn, and I'm with Kieron Swords in Dublin, Ireland. Kieron, thanks so much for joining us here on Growth Driven.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So, hey, I know, I'm Irish descent.
Mm-hmm.
My great-grandmother was a Shanahan. I grew up watching Notre Dame football. I was raised Irish Catholic. So I've been surrounded by Irish culture my entire life. And then I had the chance a few years ago to travel to your wonderful country a couple of times where we got to work together and really get to know you and see the Irish countryside, which is just beyond spectacular. And I know we're going to be doing things in the future together. But I wanted you to tell us about Ireland as an investment opportunity and all the wonderful things. So first of all, can you tell everybody who you are and who you represent?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks a million. Kieron is my name, Kieron Swords, born in Dublin. And my background is in technical sales in the precision engineering and manufacturing world. And I lived and worked in the States, and I've sold in Asia, Europe, and beyond. So my background is very much in manufacturing and international sales. And just recently, last year, in fact, I've had the pleasure and opportunity to actually sell Ireland to credible USA individuals. And so I look forward to telling you all about the opportunities that's there.
That's awesome. Well, I don't think that there's anything better that you could sell than your own country, Ireland. And I know 2020 was a tough year for all of us. And I know the lockdown was incredibly difficult for the country of Ireland.
You're right. The first thing there, I've always been selling Ireland, never engineering, because, that's fundamentally who I am. And I love this country and what it stands for and what it represents. So this to me is a dream, to be able to bring qualified individuals into the country. Secondly, absolutely, the COVID was, it absolutely hammered us all. But there's some great news coming out of Ireland in relation to COVID and how well we've done. I'm happy to share that information too.
Great. So we'll definitely do that. So I think we got on the topic of doing this interview because you had been approaching me like, hey, let's get some Americans to invest in Ireland. And because of my background, you tugged on my heartstrings. So I obviously wanted to help because of my Irish heritage.
Yeah.
But other than just, the good reason that I want to do it, there's really good reasons why businesses should invest in Ireland. Now, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not watching the video, you can reach out to Kieron through prosperwithireland.ie. .ie is the .com of Ireland. That is their country code. Yeah. So it's prosperwithireland.ie, and you can reach out to Kieron that way. So I know that there's a number of good reasons to do that, and and we've discussed this, and you've sent me some documents about later on, when this gets uploaded as a podcast and as a YouTube video, I'm going to add all this content below the video. Okay. So this will all be, available to people in addition to being able to reach out to you. Yeah. So you put together 5 really good reasons why people should invest in Ireland. And I think they're very good reasons, particularly for countries or for businesses that are looking to expand. Outside the United States.
Absolutely. There's more than 5, but I just condensed it down to 5 just for this brief chat. So I can hit them one by one, or I can just give you the 5 bullets and go through them in detail. Which would you prefer?
How about we do this? Let's go one by one and let's
Yeah.
go into detail. Let's go deep down the rabbit hole into each one. We'll discuss each one and then we'll go to the next point. So what's point number 1?
So point number 1 is Ireland as a startup hub, and that has that entrepreneurial spirit here, just like American entrepreneurs have. So a lot of Americans don't realize how advanced Ireland has become. Mm-hmm. And we've very much a startup culture here, because everything we do is export, and we're very global driven when we start up an enterprise here. And a lot of entrepreneurs that actually come to Ireland here are setting up their European hub, or at least for the Middle East, Africa and Asia hub here, and their headquarters here. So Ireland really has a great entrepreneurial spirit and a great culture. It's very open and very friendly, and there's not much red tape doing business in Ireland. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, if you've got an entrepreneurial culture without a lot of red tape, I mean, that right there is a business-friendly environment. Yeah. And in terms of speaking to the culture, what it really impressed me when I went to Ireland, culture-wise, is how important the Irish culture is to the Irish, whether it's music, letters, writing, study, reading. Yes. It is a country that really embraces culture. So I think that type of, when you embrace culture, you embrace creativity, and that rubs off onto the entrepreneurial spirit.
100%. I mean, we work hard to live. We don't live to work, because we love our sport, we love our nature, we love our culture, the dance and the singing. We love going to the pub and socializing. So we definitely work hard to earn well, so we can have a great standard of living.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so what's the second point?
The second is, we're English speaking, and we've got a very skilled and highly educated workforce here. So many years back, there was free education here, and it's very, very, compared to America, the cost of getting a high quality university degree is extremely cheap here. And some of our universities, they are world class, like Trinity College, Maynooth College, Limerick University, and so on. So a lot of the corporate multinationals have set their base here, because they can get skilled software engineers, qualified mechanical engineers, and a highly intellectual workforce. So that's a huge, and it's a young workforce as well. So and we are still cost effective here, even though we are in a fairly affluent part of the world.
That's great. So we've got English speaking people that are college educated, great educational system, embraces that whole university lifestyle. So you have a lot of trained and educated English speaking power base there. So if they come in and an American country wants to come here, they speak the language, obviously with an Irish accent, but they speak English and they're ready to work and they're highly educated. What's point number 3?
We've a very stable democracy here with a great constitution, and we fought hard for that with our history, and we have a lot of power with the politics here. So we're not extreme left, we're not extreme right, and we like that. It's a fairly conservative government we tend to have here, but yet it's very, very focused on enterprise. So we do extremely well. There's a lot of grants put into startup businesses, for SMEs, and also for businesses that want to scale. So there's a huge support for inward investment, for foreign direct investment, and companies, Irish indigenous companies that want to grow and expand. So, and in fact, just to mention like that, as a European country, the only English-speaking European country now after Brexit, I might add, which makes it even more attractive, that we do extremely well out of Europe. We put a lot into it, but we do extremely well for a small country from our association with Europe, which indeed our marketplace, that gives us over 500 million of a marketplace because we for the Irish economy to export to. So
Yeah. Well, I think that's a great benefit. I mean, you've got a democratic government, pro-business.
Yes.
So you've got a stable government. You've got an entrepreneurial favored government. I should say that they favor entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
So stable government, English speaking. They love entrepreneurs. This is a great reason to do business in Ireland. What's the next great reason to do business in Ireland?
Well, everything nowadays boils down to money. So we've got an unbelievable tax advantage here. We've a corporation tax that, you know, you'll find that all the multinationals enjoy, but we as Irish entrepreneurs and business people enjoy as well. 12.5% is our corporation tax. Additional to that, if you're doing R&D, you can, you know, it'll come down to the 6% or thereabouts.
Wow.
So we strongly encourage innovation, research and development here, and you get rewarded for that activity. So it's so that's a massive attraction for foreign direct investment and also for indigenous economy as well.
That's great. And what I remember when I was there, because of the low, I believe you're the lowest in all of you. Okay, so you have the lowest tax structure or tax bracket. Companies like, and this is the other thing, if you're looking to network in Dublin, the European headquarters for, like, what is it, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Amazon. I'm talking corporate 500 international brands are located right there in Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah, 100%. It's actually unbelievable. Even, you know, for Ireland coming out of COVID, our economy is the envy of the world because we're set to grow by 4.25% this year, and that's because big tech is here. The Intels and the IBMs and the Amazons, they're all headquartered here. All the major pharmaceuticals are here. All the banks are here from around the world. And the medical, we have a massive medical hub in the west of Ireland in Galway. And so those industries are absolutely thriving. So you're right, it's an amazing place to network. And there's a huge vibrancy around the business community in those particular areas, in fact.
That's great. So good to know. Major corporations are located in Ireland for all the other reasons that we speak: low taxes, English speaking, highly educated, vibrant economy, great culture. So what's the next reason to do business in Ireland?
Well, we touched on it earlier on. We couldn't help but maybe I should have put it as number one. It's just the quality of life here. I mean, we love life and living. We appreciate our arts. We love the dancing, the singing. We appreciate what we have in our country in terms of the, you know, like where I live, just on the outskirts of Dublin in a suburb, within 30 minutes, I can be at the coast, beautiful beach. I can be in the mountains. I can be in the countryside, or smack bang in the city centre, enjoying a theatre or, you know, pub life or whatever. So we absolutely love our culture and we treasure it. And we love the blend of our traditional core values because we love family, we love community, we really treasure that. And but we also welcome multicultural and we love embracing other people and we have that lovely blend going on there. So it's just a very friendly. Let me just tell you a little story just to finish off on this. I traveled internationally for about 26 years with the manufacturing business in all different sectors. And while I was traveling, I was always looking for the best place in the world to live and raise a family. And I absolutely fell in love with Malaysia and Japan. And, you know, I was in Massachusetts, lived there. But in the end, not because I was Irish, I actually chose Ireland because holistically, it was, you know, dare I say it, it was 8 out of 10. And that's been, you know, generous in terms of, or honest. We've room for improvement. And that's why I'm trying to attract in you know, really high caliber people to join in our little party over here and further increase our economy. And yeah, so I think overall we've got a great package going on here.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so now There's also some other benefits. And I know that one of the reasons why some individuals invest in Ireland is there is a possibility of citizenship. There's a pathway to that. I'm not saying that you can buy citizenship, but if you meet certain
criteria,
criteria, you can be on the pathway. For Americans, that may be a second citizenship, a dual citizenship with Ireland. You speak to that point of how that works in Ireland.
Yeah, well, it works several ways, and everybody has a different need, or with regards to what they want to get or what they want to put into Ireland. So, the first thing is that if there's critical skills and people are looking for a job, that can be an entrance where we can do that sort of affair. Or if somebody wants to actually expand their current business base out of Ireland, or do a new startup, we can take them through the work permits, getting them set up here and getting them established, hit the ground running with contacts, with visas, the whole lot there. And that in itself can lead on to a residency visa and indeed citizenship, not just for the entrepreneur or the artist, for their family as well. So that's a longer runway, but it's not that long. It's maybe 2 years before you can apply for residency. Mm-hmm. And then the ultimate is then we have a great scheme here that is basically, if a millionaire wants to invest a million into Ireland, that is returned after 5 years. It's a very low conservative fund that is used to stimulate the Irish economy. That millionaire can get instant residency for himself or herself and the family. And then after a few years, they can apply for citizenship. And then perhaps after 5 years, that can be granted. So there's many different ways, and we can facilitate people to expand, not just their business, but their quality of life as well. So it can be, a second base for some. It can be people might want to come and check it out, or they might want to come lock, stock, and barrel and educate their kids in the universities and start a new chapter in their life.
Beautiful. And just I want to clarify something. If you're watching or listening to this, in Ireland, the word scheme, like a business opportunity, it is not a bad word like it is maybe conceived here in America. So when you listen to the Irish, obviously you go to another country, they're going to have their words. They may be using English words that we have a different definition for. So I just wanted to let you know that scheme does not have a negative connotation in the country of Ireland. So
no,
I just wanted to clarify that point for our American listeners. So now I think that's a great opportunity. So a millionaire can invest in either real estate or the Irish stock market. I don't know all the details, but there's different platforms and pathways so that a millionaire can put money into Ireland and then fast track themselves for residency and potentially even citizenship for himself and his family to take advantage of the Irish life.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, literally, my job and my role in this is to prospect like very credible individuals who will add to our country here in terms of culture and economy and so on. And there's teams of people with me, facilitating all the different specifics that somebody is looking for, so we can carve out a package or a solution using the various options there are. So if anybody's interested, that we'll be happy to have a call with them.
Great. So you can reach Kieron through prosperwithireland.ie or type in Kieron Swords in LinkedIn and you can find him as well on LinkedIn. So now when someone contacts you, so let's say I'm a millionaire, or I have a startup idea, or I want to expand my American business into Europe to reach out, because really Dublin is the gateway to the rest of Europe, from what I've heard.
It really is.
They reach out to you. What type of services do you help them with? So I land in Dublin, I've got some money or I've got an idea. What do you do? Take me through the process of how you help me.
Yeah. Well, immediately, I mean, we help understand what it is you're trying to set up and get going and introduce you to the right contacts in terms of banking or in terms of, lawyers setting your business up. We can help with mentoring and strategy to expedite that, to get you going really fast. Also with housing, where to locate yourself in terms of proximity to whether it's business communities or whether it's family environments or educational environments. So we can help with housing, wherever that might be in the country. And basically everything, like our job is really give a carte blanche service to help the entrepreneur hit the ground running and get what they need and want just to get going very seamlessly. And we do that very effectively because our connections and contacts are, deep into the government and into the enterprise boards and also into the, all different sectors, whether it's the agricultural sector, marine sector, medical, pharmaceutical, tech, engineering, manufacturing. We're well connected. The team of people that are here to service all that, no problem.
That's
Everything.
good.
Yeah.
So I show up, you're going to help me set up my corporation so that I'm legally compliant with Irish law.
Yeah.
Help me set up my banking so I can start doing business, accepting payments.
Yes.
Remitting payment to others, payroll, all that.
Yeah.
Help me find a place to live.
Yeah.
And moreover, you're going to expedite my networking so that I connect with people in the Irish government, Irish boards, business boards.
Yes.
And just other leaders.
Yeah, other leaders, absolutely. I mean, I think that's so valuable. And in fact, all of that can be happening in advance of you arriving here, because as the process is going through, taking place, the documentation and the verifications, that all is rolling out at the same time. So an awful lot of work can be done, just like we.
Hello? I think we lost Kieron there for a moment.
Oh, great. We're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you're doing a live stream all the way. We're about 4,000 or 5,000 miles away. So sometimes the satellite moves. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. So, Kieron, this is wonderful service. So, tell me some of the companies that are that you found to be, or the type of individuals that are ideal for coming to Ireland?
Thanks for asking that. Look, I always remember J.F. Kennedy, which was originally came from Ireland, and he basically was putting out, not what your country can do for you, what you can do for your country. And really and truly, I'm looking for like professional, prosperous individuals that care about culture, care about family, fit perfectly in with the Irish community. So they're
Hey, Kieran, you're breaking up just a little bit.
the type of people
might want to close some windows on your computer.
Okay, let me see if I can do that.
Unplug your phone, maybe turn off your phone. Sometimes the bandwidth it'll
yeah.
Hey guys, if you're listening in on this, we just had a little technical difficulty, but hey, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's in Dublin, Ireland. So just bear with us as we work on the bandwidth of our technology here.
Okay, how's that?
That's much better, yeah.
Lovely. I turned off my phone. Thanks for that. So I'm not sure how much you got of that. Look, bottom line, I need people like you, Edwin, in Ireland. We need and want you, because I'm very honest. When I say Ireland, we have some problems here where, maybe education, or some drug problems. It's not much. There's only 4.6 million.
Every country has problems. Every country has problems.
And there's only 4.6 million of us here, and the economy is booming. The people are just fantastic here, and we just want quality, credible individuals to join in our party, because look at, it's almost like a Renaissance Ireland is what we're creating here. It's like we really want to lead out into the world like a missionary again and provide great wisdom, great education, great innovative products, great art to help lift the world again after this, what we've been through. And we also need people to come in, quality people to help us do that. So we're a very open, friendly society. And we just want the best, not just for ourselves, for the world, for humanity. And that's the type of people I want.
Great. Hey, if you are a purpose-driven individual, and I think, what is it, 17% of Americans have some type of Irish background. So, maybe it's in your DNA to kind of go back to your roots, or you're a business person, entrepreneur that is seeking to have an international presence. Whatever the drive is, I know, having been to Ireland twice and will be going again, it is an incredible people. It is an incredible land. The culture is just so rich, so fun. I keep bragging about how talkative the Irish are. If you sit down in a pub, you're going to be there all night because they're going to talk your ear off. They're fun loving. And as you said, they're very open to other cultures and other people. It's such an inviting, warm nature over there. So one last time here, if you want to connect with Kieron, go to prosperwithireland.ie or look up Kieron on LinkedIn. I will put the links below in the YouTube video and the podcast when they get published here very shortly. Right now we're live streaming, but this gets recorded. And then, Kieron, you're going to be putting this out probably on your social media, or you can reach out to me, Edwin Dearborn, and I'll put you in touch with Kieron, because Kieron and I will be working together in the future. And believe me, as my prosperity grows, I will be in the future investing in Ireland, just because it is a very strong purpose with me. Any last words, Kieron, before we end off on this episode of Growth Driven?
I really appreciate this opportunity, because you really get it, because this is a purpose. This is a legacy move and a legacy play, if you ask me, for anybody who's got any DNA in them connected to Ireland. And it's not a selfish play, even if it's only part-time or doing some investing. But I would encourage anybody with an inkling to check out what's available for them. We love people, we love helping people, and we love our country, and we'll do everything to accommodate you. And everything you said, your summaries were just brilliant, Edwin, because I get overly excited when I'm talking about my country. You're able to beautifully brand and condense me. So thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, and also, I'd love for you to arrange for me to interview other Irish business leaders on Growth Driven. And I can put out those videos and really help you promote the culture, the business opportunities, the people of Ireland. Let's, over this year, let me interview 10, 20 other, innovative, entrepreneurial Irish business people and really get, the word going out.
Yeah, look, there's no problem with that. I'm connected with so many business owners here who are just acing it globally, and it's just incredible. And indeed, if any of our listeners want to, any particular information or any particular leaders over here to communicate with you, and you feed it into me, because in Ireland we have a saying, we're only 3 people away from whoever we want to get to. It's not hard.
So true. So true. Well, Kieron, thank you so much for being part of Growth Driven. And if you're listening to this, and if you have any interest, please reach out to us. And once again, thank you for being a listener or being a follower of Growth Driven. We try to bring to you the best business people, the best business opportunities that the world has to offer. And I think this is an incredible opportunity for you to connect with Kieron and the beautiful, wonderful country of Ireland. Until then, we'll see you again very shortly here again on Growth Driven. Bye-bye.